Hello everybody, my name is Hammock. Today I'll be doing a demo review of a European engineer in mid called Gladiu. I think that's how you pronounce the name, Gladiu. Okay, it's on Badwater. I have the demo here. Let me wait for TF2 to take forever to tab. And just start. So, already can see I've got cool cosmetics. Like looking at shotgun, pretty nice. First thing you should do when you start in a match is just fucking ram your face into the gate at the start so you can start seeing what's going on, see where they're building potentially, if they're building really aggressively, if the demo's going for like aggressive stickies, like the sticky on the lamp by Cliff, if demo's going to put stickies on the cart, if the spy is cloak and dagger and going for like a really like aggressive like spot, and he like doesn't cloak early enough, or maybe he's a fool and disguises as your team and then cloaks, and then you can just see him and you're like, that's not our scout, he's on the other side of the gate. But yeah, you get a lot of early information instead of just running around. But this is just a bunch of like this is just a common mistake, which is basically you're in comms, you're talking with your team, maybe your team leader is going over some initial battle plans and everyone's just talking and your brain is just on autopilot, so you're just running around, jumping around. It's fine. You're not missing too much, but it's a nice thing to check, just to check for stickies so people don't walk out and immediately die. If you walk out on the car, you got the mini, it's facing the wall, it has no line of sight, it's fine, you tried. Put the mini forward, like a little bit in front of you there, give some space to your sniper. You should also be turning around like all the time. Like there could be a spy anywhere. Any spot, it's like Schrodinger's spy. Any spot that you haven't checked, there is always going to be a spy there. So you should be turning around way more. Turn around. Turn around. Turn around. He still hasn't turned around. What a mad lad. He has no fear. He has balls of steel. He's pushing. Okay, this is the part where once the cart gets to the end here, you want to give up. You want to stop pushing the cart. You want to back up. You want to play with your sniper on right side. You want to cover him with mini sentries so your sniper can get some free shots and the spy doesn't end up bullying him because he's on his own and he's not paying attention. You should be paying attention for him. You're the extra pair of hands of the team. You're the wild card. You're walking into a soldier's territory right here and he gets a free kill. A soldier will win every single fight against you. He has high ground. Soldier camping to... Yeah. That's what he does. The soldier controls his territory here. The people in TF2 Center who build level 3 sentries watching tunnel obviously aren't used to playing with soldiers, because that's what the soldier should be doing and not equipping their man dreads and market gardener and fucking throwing themselves into battle. I respect the shaddiness, but that's what a soldier is meant to be doing, is watching the tunnel here. Why are you... Okay, your team is putting a lot of resources here into soft pushing this car, and the enemy team isn't actually punishing you. Okay, there we go. Here comes the conch. They're moving aggressively. They're going to take you out. See, the red team has the gun on high ground. Ooh, sparkles. They have the combo up top. You basically need to be giving space. So what the fuck is the red team doing? Okay, so red team basically should be holding Cliff here with a gun and just like, if you don't manage to get a successful push off, like, you can just like, they can keep holding Cliff. But they basically like saw you push the cart like with a soft push, didn't allocate any of their resources besides the conch, and then fucking backed out. So red team just fucked up here. So this is just a complete misplay by red team. Also the fact that they fucking put a level 3 sentry in, like I assumed that the NG tried to back out, got chased, and then had to drop the gun, because that gun is a throwaway. Like, you shouldn't be putting any resources like that into holding second. The usual strategy is you put a lot of resources on the first point. Second point is a throwaway. You hold corner with a combo. Maybe you build a gun on corner if you don't have like enough time, or if you want to like, if you know the enemy team is bad and you can just play around your sniper and get free kills. Also, you don't want to be building a teleporter right here, because you're going to die and they're going to take that teleporter. You want to put the teleporter like back. There's a lot of stuff to talk about because it's going quite quickly. When you're pushing second, you want to put your teleporter back roundabout by the point on first point, like where there's cover so people can get there, and then you put a mini on top of bunker so it has a bit of like a sight line into lobby and at the choke point, so it just stops like a scout or a pirate walking in and killing your teleporter. And now that you have this point, now you want to be putting your tele up roundabout where like you just built it last time, and you're putting it there. Okay, that's fine. It's not like there's going to be a spy is going to exist on second. Okay, this spy is hiding around. He's actually running Cloak and Dagger, it looks like, because he didn't like burn all his cloak there. So you should just be checking all the corners from now on because Spy is there. So previous point, yeah, the red team won't be holding second except for like a corner, basically just to occupy time so the engineer can set up on third point, because third point and last point are the serious points. Second point doesn't exist. You know that Spy has Cloak and Dagger. He like that whole area is like a web. The Cloak and Dagger, you have minimal mobility, but you get to stay invisible. So just assume that entire like dip area, that lower point of the map, is where the Spy is going to be at all times, and you should just be spy checking. So nice. Let the sniper take the telly, get it upgraded. Nice. Level 3 telly, most important part of pushing this thing here. You want to get dispenser on the left side there by tracks, not like just enough forward that like people can stand back in that area and spam and resupply, but also hidden around the corner from that like sightline from boiler. That mini is way too aggro. That Spy should have killed you. I don't know why I went for the Spy pick anyway. You should be checking for the Spy. You know he exists. Why aren't you turning around? There is a Spy behind you. He's gonna stab you. Okay, he went for the Pyro, I think. Okay, red team are fucking up really bad here because the soldier is playing low ground for some reason. He can just be sitting up and on top and just raining rockets down on everybody. Oh, nice shot on the scout, but no follow-up. Basically, red team is being super sloppy with the defense on third here. So you're getting some good cart time value here, but it's hard to like reinforce the idea that you're doing well here because the like no offense, I sound fucking harsh when I say that. It's hard to reinforce like, oh, you got like some good cart time there. The red team fucked up their defense, so it's hard to say that like this is good evidence that you got a lot of cart time. You did push it up, so that's the evidence. It's just, don't expect this to work from now on. So you want to have that mini sentry on tracks, right about there, maybe the center of tracks, peeking down a little bit. You don't want it too aggro, otherwise they can just spam out from distance. You basically want your mini sentry not there, not there. It has 100 HP, it will die to that pill. You want to have it in a position where it shoots people. That Pyro could be a Spy, you should shoot him. He tried to stare stab you. You want your mini sentry in a position where it can shoot people, and people can't just kill it for free. By the time that it's shooting at them and that they see it, they've already got other things to worry about. Like, you want it like tucked in, so by the time that they're fighting it, they're also on the point and they're fighting everybody else. Or you want it in a position where when it's at the top of that ramp, it has vision, and if people peek enough forward to shoot it, they're in the sight line of your sniper. You don't want the mini sentry to be the barrier, the tank. You want it to be like just behind a veil of like safety, and you get stabbed again because you didn't check your back, because that Spy exists there and you should be checking for him. The engineer is like the best spy checking class because you have nothing else you should be doing at the time besides checking your back. The Pyro is watching the combo. The Pyro has to look for the Spy and the soldier potentially bombing and doing a bunch of deflection and stuff. He's basically like, or they are like tied to you. Check that corner out there. The Spy is in the corner. He just decloaks behind you and he stabbed you. Why didn't... Okay. Obviously, you're listening to this now, and you're like, okay, I should be checking my back, so I shouldn't be, like, saying it over and over again. But watching this, it's like, there's so many easily preventable things, and it's just, like, hard to not to be like, oh, why aren't you checking your back? Yeah. Anyway. I'm speaking, like, into a wall here. So, yeah, you're getting cart time, you're resetting the cart here, check your back, the Spy's in that corner, you want to be building a dispenser by that wall, you got the mini back up, nice, that's a good mini. And just keep pressuring, wait for your team to group up, wait for your main course to go in, and then once the Uber goes in or the attempted soft push goes in, then you go in next. You don't want to like run in and fucking die and then desync your team. You want to be going in with your team. Okay, that heavy was shooting you because he thought you were a spy, and you weren't telling him that you weren't a spy, because when someone shoots at you, you shoot back. That's the arrangement. That's why everyone hates sniper mains and thinks that sniper mains are always spies, because they're not willing to like throw away their shot. Gonna throw away my shot. Okay, there's probably a Spy in that corner by bunker right now, and no one has checked for him yet, so that means he probably exists. Just like you're loitering, you're not really doing anything here. This is why engineers are a good spy checker, because there's a lot of time you're spending like not actually doing anything except getting stabbed by a spy. So while everyone is walking forward, you can turn around and check the back, because if you get stabbed from someone at the front, that's everyone else's fucking fault, because you've got like fucking 8 people looking in front. You can be checking behind. The Pyro has to be looking out for if there's any rockets coming in, but you can be checking behind. Scout is also a good spy checker because of Milk, and Milk is fucking OP, and I'm glad they start banning it now. But Engineer is like the more, what's a good word? They're a more available spy checker because they got a lot of time that like on attack when they're doing cart pushing and building teleporters. Once like they're not doing that, they're kind of just twiddling their thumbs. So you should just always be spy checking. One of the reasons why I like running Pompson a lot, besides the fact that I can't aim hit scan, is that if you can catch a spy out with Pompson, he has no mobility because he suddenly just lost a big chunk of his cloak and he has to either commit to a fight or he's dead. Okay, you just burned all your shots there. If a spy decloaked on you now, you wouldn't be able to do anything. So just use like maybe 1 or 2 shots and be like, okay. And you should be checking those corners. You put like 6 shots into your scout, but you haven't checked that corner that the spy has stabbed you for like the last 5 times. You should set up your mini sentry again. What's to stop that pirate just walking up and killing you? If you had a mini, then like that would stop him. Okay, you're starting to check corners now. You're learning. The mind is being expanded. Okay, you want to put that dispenser up soon just so that your teammates can like keep up the pressure and not have to worry about running towards an ammo pack in Bridge House and then dying to a sticky trap. You can also, if you're not really doing much here, you're just like, oh, I'm going to wait for my team to walk up so I can push the car. You could start pressuring Boiler and making a bunch of space for your flank. And then once you have some, if you get given like a lot of space on flank, you can put like a mini sentry up on Boiler and then wrangle like bullet jump up onto like the 3rd point and start bum rushing people and making a lot of space. Okay, you died to the Uber Pyro here, which is expected. This Pyro isn't being punished at all. That's fine. Okay. Just standard people pushing bad order where there's not a lot of actual like focus fire and plan of action really going on right now. Okay, T-sap that. Call out that there's a spy on it and hopefully someone's killed it. Okay, they've killed the spy. This is one of the problems with talking about stuff in a Highlander game, is that there's a lot of moments like this where teams don't know how to push, so there's just a lot of dead like action. And then when that fight actually starts, there's so much stuff to comment about that you can't actually cover all of it. So, okay. Getting some cart time here, which is nice. Check your back. The heavy needs to be looking forward. The pirate needs to be air blasting forward. The scout needs to be rushing forward. You can check your back. You have the privilege of being able to look behind without compromising any damage. Unless you're like running short circuit, which for some reason people ban because they don't like Demo Man having a counter. Like you can check your back with like no trouble. So put a new mini here at tracks to give you some cover. You have like one last potential push here for the medic to build, so you want to be checking around. If a spy gets a medic pick here, you've pretty much lost the game, so you need to be looking for that spy right now. There's probably a spy. Never mind. You're like standing in a sniper sight line, so it's probably not worth the spy. Just wait for the Demo Man to not do things. The Demo Man has lock and load, but I haven't seen him go for the hill drift pick yet. Okay, hill drift pick, by the way, let me just pause it. I don't know if you can see my mouse on this. Let me just enable, like, so you can see my mouse on this game. When? Okay, never mind. I can't show the mouse. Sucks. But you can see this little floating box here. Which... There we go. This thing. It's like the top left corner of this box thing down here. This little nook down here. God, these fucking noises. Nah, that's not how you spell words. There we go. Okay. So that little ditch down there, if a Demo Man stands there and then aims his like lock and load up above the bats, they can arc the pills over and shoot the sentry in the standard window position, and it's really good. And I believe Hildriff either found the spot or he was the one who used it a lot, but pretty much people just call it the Hildriff spot. Yeah, that or you have your soldier go base jumper and just jump up and DH the sentry gun if people aren't paying attention. Basically, there's a lot of ways that you can push down the sentry here that not many people bother doing, so people just wait for the uber charge when there's actually a lot of different ways you can do a soft push against the gun. So people would rather just sit here and go, oh, we should play Bad Order Pro because we can't push Bad Order. But you could also get your spy, like Cloak and Dagger or Invisible Watch in Boiler, have your soldier whip him, and then the spy can jump up from the rails up onto third point and basically bypass the whole need for Spencer. So there's a lot of like different ways you can do. You could do a couple of them at the same time just to mess with their brain. Or you can do them at the start, and then if you don't get anything, like, you can just keep like waiting, but like it's basically just giving things to do while you're just waiting 40 seconds for an Uber. So I wish my game didn't like remove the capability of my mouse when I'm in the game here. There we go. Just can't actually use my mouse. There we go. Let's wait for your team to make space here. Use in, take space. Someone just airblast stickies all the way forward. Okay. And you died. That's a team issue. Your team is really bad at pushing third. But really, yeah. It's not really too much I can say on like, oh, you messed up this push. I mean, there was a few things you did wrong. You didn't check your back. For some reason, they're not holding third now. Okay, there they are. They're just hiding. I was like, wow, are you going to get this? That would be so fucking shocking if you got that fucking cap right there. And so yeah, that's a team issue. Your team is really shit at pushing third point, and they should practice that. And what you should improve on that third push is, one, you should build a dispenser at least once. Two, you should be checking for spies, because that spy backstab you every single time and you didn't learn from it. Every time you die, you should be like, why did I die? And then, is it something I can fix, or is it something that someone else should fix? And then if it's something someone else should fix, you should wait until after the game and be like, hey, can we improve on doing this? But otherwise, yeah. Okay, it looks like you're going for Jag effect. Okay, good tele placement, pretty safe. Good dispenser spot. Using Eureka effect, the best weapon in the game. Using Jag, the second best weapon in the game. Probably don't. Why is your spy like stealing your teleporter? Or is he just like loitering like a delinquent? Like most spies. Okay. So you need to jump because you're making my game lag. What is going on right now? Just demos, I guess. Just demo things. Yeah, stock is a reasonable one. You don't really need Eureka effect as much on the point here unless you want to like use it to escape, which is also reasonable. You want to go for a pre-fire here. You don't want to be aiming right up there, otherwise they're just going to know you're waiting. You want to be like aiming at the ground. You also want to be checking your back. Nice, they're going in. Float the demo, left click. That's fine. You went for it. It was worth a shot. Not many NGs actually go for like the float, and the fact that you went for it with like the bullets with the Wrangler is really great. Like a lot of people will be like, I'm just gonna like let my gun just shoot, and like it won't. Demos will move fast enough that the sentry just doesn't exist. Okay, game paused. Okay, so that was like, it was a decent attempt. You could have checked your back a few times before it, because most people would know that the NG is going to be wrangling before this like push, and they'll just go for the stab on the NG who's just like staring at the sky. Also shouldn't have your Wrangler straight up, otherwise they're just going to know you're looking for them. What I like to do at the start is like do a pre-fire rocket at the start, just in case a demo is like waiting with like a sticky jumper and just about to like yeet behind, or like go straight on the medic. So occasionally you get rockets, and when you do, it's really good frag movie footage when you hit with someone with a fucking galaxy brain pre-fire. But yeah, you want to be like waiting. As soon as the demo comes in, you want to try and float him. I think there's actually there's some more methodology to that, but honestly I haven't practiced like leading the demo as much, because a lot of times when the demo goes in, they also go in with a soldier, and the soldier is more worth your time trying to like focus down, because he's less mobile and he's easier to track with the Wrangler, and the demo is most likely going to fly by and then get out in tunnel while the soldier you can kill, and the soldier is probably a bit more dangerous because he can like land and then go bang, bang, like really close and just like splash everybody on the battlements. While Demo jumping he'll have his pills out, in which he'll be like less mobile when he like lands, but most likely they'll jump and then they'll like fire stickies and then try to like get like a bunch of stickies like clustered on the dispenser, in which they're like you have a bit more time. That, or it just gets headshot by the sniper. So I think there's a bit more like to look into in terms of when the Demo's jumping in. I don't think you can actually track him with the gun, with the Wrangler, because he just moves too quickly. Like the gun just can't keep up, so it might be worth just trying to track. But yeah, one of the strats is a lot of times the Demo will jump like that high bomb like that, but the soldier will jump very close to the cliff. Like he'll be like lower cliff ramp, rocket off the wall, then like shoot down a rocket off the rock, like the rock spire by cliff, and then he'll fly over and he'll come very close to the wall, in which you can like fire the sentry rocket at the wall and get some splash damage on him. Okay, your soldier gets caught like a dummy. They're about to push in, so you want to stay wrangled here. You want to try and pressure them. Nice. Okay, good. Your soldier went down to spy, so expect spy to stab someone. He actually got your sniper. The spy's slowly picking people off. You should probably back out here since you lost your... No, you don't pick up... Okay, you should never pick up your gun there. Never. The sniper had, like, full reign of that hill area, and why... Okay, why did you want to put your gun close to tunnel? I assume because you wanted it to like watch cart, but your gun shouldn't be watching cart there. Like your team should be watching cart, your flank should be. That's my loadout, by the way. I think the Demo just like opens loadout, but that's mine, by the way. It's very pretty. I like it. I'm a robot. I'm a cyborg. Okay, so you're going on to third here for that setup, which is the right choice. There's no point putting time into holding second. You're running Jag. That's a bit of a newbie mistake, but let's see what you're going for. Oh yeah, they can just cap the point. I forgot about that, actually. I've been playing too much Overwatch where like stopwatch actually makes sense, where it's based off like capping the area that you didn't cap, but because it was like you didn't actually push further at all, they just needed to cap second and win, so it's fine. Let's go on to the next demo real quick. Bye. Boop. Second one. Cool. And it closed it for some reason. Nice. Okay, now we get to see a full defense potentially. Okay, I usually put my telly to the right there just to save some time. Don't really need to worry about full Jag effect. Like, Jag effect is nice, it's a good like showy offy thing, but you don't really need to do it in a team environment because you have enough time and you have suicides, and if your team doesn't suicide then they're bad and they have too much of an ego, because kills and deaths that you get during the fucking setup time don't actually show up in logs, so they have no excuse except for being big dummies. So let's just see more on positions here, because you have plenty of time to do your setup. It doesn't matter if you like do Jag effect slow, quick, or don't even bother at all. All you need to really worry about is having a level 3 sentry and a level 2 or level 3 telly. This soldier's trying to steal a telly from you because he's a fucking dingus, and he also got stabbed by a spy. So just just like, if he watches this video, or if he doesn't, just tell your soldier for me that he's a dingus. Like, don't stop getting stabbed by spies, and don't take a telly away from engineer. Like, on defense, NG and medic have top prio on telly, and on like offense he's got low priority. Okay, you're watching the ground here, nice. You're not showing your hand. You want to be checking the front. Demo's probably going to bomb in the next 3 seconds. Oh, he actually pyro went for the front thruster. Demo's coming in as distraction. Good attempt going for the float. What you can do is when he's about to land and you haven't got like some decent enough damage on him, just shoot the floor with like your rocket, and then you'll do like a good like 80-100 damage on him, and it's a very like, it's a good chance that he's just going to get like immediately killed from like all the damage he's taken up until that point. Like, you either like as he's coming in get a good float on him, like keep him up in the air like you're doing with that soldier. Great job. Demo coming in, nice. That's a really good defense there against them. Don't move your gun, don't move your gun, don't move your gun. I'm sorry, I keep talking it like you can hear me. Basically, that gun there, you're doing that gun because you're watching tunnel, because obviously you don't have a soldier in this game. Your soldier's bombing for some reason, he's a fucking dingus. Yeah, your gun is going to die here. You want, basically the job of your gun is to keep your combo safe, keep your medic safe, so that they can't just have like a demo or a soldier just walk on Cliff and kill you. Because once you lose Cliff, you kind of just lose the point. That wasn't, wait, oh, they weren't talking to you. Yeah, so that gun's dead. Literally, yeah, your spy can, the enemy spy can just enforcer it, and you want to walk out. As soon as that gun dies, as soon as you lose any kind of semblance of a hold on Cliff, you want to be backing out. So you don't want to like throw away your gun because your flank isn't doing a good job. So you want to set up here. I recommend like going Eureka effect for the third hold, because you can like run up onto the staircase, immediately set up your dispenser trick. Because at this point, assume after the point has been capped and that there's been a good like 10-15 second lull between like the point being capped, that the spy is just fucking holding W and he's already in position. He's already up on point now. Like, you want to have your dispenser trick up, you want to have like a tele exit. You don't necessarily have to build an entrance, just because that will allow like a spy to get up there, unless you're like constantly watching the tally. But it's also always nice to have a telly if you plan on going for a long hold. Like if you, like for example, if that's okay, your sniper's in a shit spot because he just nicked your ammo pack because he's a dingus as well. A lot of misplays going on. Don't do the noob thing where you stand on top of the gun. You're doing a good job standing behind the gun here because the gun's got a big like hitbox and it will hopefully box some damage for you. Yeah, you want to put like a tele-X up here just so that if you die, you can come back to here immediately. Just spawn an instant teleport there with the Eureka effect. You're doing a good job here. Basically, it depends like how it's going in terms of who's the better player on the enemy team. Because if you have a better sniper, then yeah, you can just play pretty slow here and just have like a teleporter up here, like a tele entrance up here. Like a tele entrance set up with a tele exit up here is what I mean. So that basically if someone gets up, if like someone goes down, you can just rely on your sniper to like kill anyone who walks in while you wait for them to come back. But if they have a better sniper, you should be playing way more safe. You should be playing up here, basically keeping your gun like wrangled so it doesn't die. And if they walk in, you can like focus. And then in between those moments, you can be standing on the shelf. Because like, okay, anytime you've got your gun not wrangled, I was just about to say that, it's going to go down to a direct hit or a lock and load. Just always have it wrangled at any given time unless you're like repairing it, at which it should be a very short amount of time, just to like save on ammo. And basically, when you have your gun wrangled, that little shelf behind you, you can stand on it, and it'll keep you out of the sniper sight line. It'll also allow you to keep line of sight onto the big ammo pack on third point. Which, okay, you picked up the gun, so you're basically dead here because now you're going to die and take a billion mini crit damage. So that was a misplay. Never pick up your gun in that situation. Just run. Like, your life is over your sentry's life, unless like the sentry's life equates to the medic's life. Quick maths. Yeah, so if the gun is probably going to die, just back out, because as long as you exist, you can keep building more guns. But if you die and the gun lives, the gun can't make a new NG to repair him. Okay, sniper's in the window, you should even be pressuring him. I like your attempt going for the demo here. The spy fucking killed himself going for you when he knew there was a heavy coming up, so that spy was a dummy as well. Basically, you should be setting up another gun here, because while the blue team are getting some good pressure here, they're not actually like... Okay, they are getting cart time. Your team is just not actually holding this point at all. I was actually expecting you to be like, okay, I'm just going to occupy some time while my team, like, retakes some space. Apparently your team is just permanently dead. I don't know. So I'm not sure what you could have actually done there on that last point, since it was like the dominoes falling, basically, at that point. So what I would have done is probably gone Jag, Frontier Justice, Wrangler, or Shotgun, depending on what you prefer. I like Frontier Justice on last point because you can build a gun with the Jag. You want to build it like low ground and try and like have it watch cart, like be lower spawn, like just watching like the top of the sentry is like clipping above the barrier. And then you just want to build that gun, and then in the last push, if it goes down and it got maybe 1 kill or 1 assist, you can just whip out the Frontier Justice and throw some crit damage on the cart, which is pretty fucking good. Like, it's a spread weapon, so if you can hit the cart for like a spread of like 120, 150 damage, it's pretty fucking... I think it's like 140. I can't actually remember what the Frontier Justice crit damage is, but it's a lot. I remember like clearing the cart with Frontier Justice crits before, and it's pretty satisfying. Yeah, this sniper has got the right idea. That's what you want to be doing generally, is just have the mini there, just so that it stops a scout on like Cliff just jumping around, shooting at the sniper for free, or the spy just decloaking, or the spy basically being one of those revolver main, chapeau wearing degenerates. Don't put it there. What are you? Okay, you're putting it there because you assume they're only going to come from behind the rock on the right side, but they're actually going to come from every direction. So you want to be putting it to the left of rock, quite forward. Like, you want to, like, in that situation, the mini sentry is worth less than the sniper, and yeah, it basically didn't do anything to help that sniper there. Then again, that sniper also got backstabbed, so it's probably not wearing Razorback, even though he's in a position where he won't be getting overheals because he's away from the combo. So your sniper should be wearing Razorback at that point. Unless you're playing in like a league which Razorback is banned, in which that's okay, but Razorback shouldn't be banned really. It's not. It's a balanced weapon. Yeah, you should be getting cart to the end of tunnel here, and then once it's in a position where you can push it no longer without just dying to the flank, you want to just be like covering your sniper and babysitting him. You don't need to worry about the gun anymore, the car anymore. Sorry, look, this soldier. He has this entire tunnel. He can shoot the floor, he can shoot the walls. He'll guarantee hit you for at least like 40 damage at like mid-close range. Just don't worry, you're not going to cap this car. It's fine. You just want to be like basically bodyguarding. Okay, he used conch there, which is... Actually, I'd say it's worth. Like, if it wasn't for the fact that you shouldn't have just taken that fight to begin with, the fact that he used a conch to kill you, I'd say it's fine. The NG is at the bottom of the food chain in this moment, so anytime someone spends a large amount of resources to kill an NG, it's like, well, you just killed an NG. What were you expecting? Okay, so they also have a bad soldier because he just fucking died and then let you walk up on the flank here. Basically, red team should be playing a cleanup here, trying to rehold this position. They should be playing high ground. Heavy is playing cart for some reason because they're expecting your spy to maybe go for a ninja cap. Hopefully your spy gets the sniper pick there. Yeah, you just keep running tunnel. Just don't, like, you need to worry about this. Like, once you get it past where once you've got the cart, like, at where your mini is right there, you don't need to worry about it anymore. You want to start, like, pushing the other angles. You want to be filling in the gaps that your team are creating by making space in other places. Now your team is trying to push like hill, you can probably move up to cliff and then start like slow pushing with a wrangled mini and making it very, very annoying for the enemy team, especially if they decide, hey, we're just going to move our combo down by like bunker, which is the little like concrete like square box by the point. If the enemy combo just wants to do that, then you're like, okay, I'll take cliff. Like, you won't just be taking space away from them. NG is all about occupying space. So when they give it up for free, you can just take it. Also here, like this hill, I see what you're doing. You want to wrangle that mini and you want to harass that gun because they're not pressuring hill at all. This is basically where you want to be after you've pushed the card up. Because one, there's a spy who's always going to be there and he's going to be killing your sniper. Two, you can be pressuring the sentry. Wow, people using police. You can be pressuring the sentry wrangle if they haven't been pressuring you. And if you're in a position where they're focusing you or not even focusing you to begin with, then your sniper can just walk up on hill and kill everyone on cliff. And once you've killed everyone on cliff, you can take the point. Because cliff is like the... what's the word? It's the nail in the coffin. It's the most important like part of this point, and once they've lost cliff, it's like, okay, we should back out. So it feels like you're either being microed by your team to go do the same thing over and over again because they don't do better, or you've just like you've been given a job, push the cart, but you're not really aware what else you could be doing, which is totally fine. Like, pushing the cart is a very strong thing, but it shouldn't be the entire thing you do. You should be doing other things to facilitate pushing the cart easier. You get to a roadblock, you go around and you deal with the people who are causing that roadblock. That spy could have stabbed you like 4 different times, but you can just blame your team for not actually like looking around too. So, right. At the end of the demo? Yes. Okay. So that's the end of the demos I got. So it's typical mid games. I don't want to like put too much like harshness on it. Like, everyone starts somewhere. Everyone's like always, people are always learning. I'm always learning. I'm still a terrible gamer. I just know that I'm terrible. So basically, coming out of that, you need to be checking your back at least every 2 seconds, at least, maybe more. Sometimes checking your back too often is bad, because then you get to points where you're not actually doing anything but spy checking, and you're wasting time. But as an engineer on offense, once you have like a telly up, and once you have like your support buildings up, and you're like pressuring space and you're pushing the cart, in between that time, you can basically like spy check and like fill in the roles and be an extra pair of hands. Your team's having problem on the flank, you're now a part of the flank class. Your team needs a bit of help like pushing in, like maybe you've got like a merc demo or a merc heavy and they're like really, really bad. You're like, fuck it, let's take NG into the combo just so we have extra damage. Or you most likely just want to be playing around with your sniper, because it's really, really important. Sniper is like one of the most like highly pressured classes. Like, as long as they exist, like, you don't want to walk out, because all he has to do is look at you and like you're dead. So if a spy can just walk on and kill your sniper, then you should like try and protect him. Not to say the sniper dying is like your fault, but you're part of the same team. So if someone like your sniper is having trouble, then you should definitely help him. Especially on that first point, you want to be protecting him with your mini, and sort of after you've got that like cart pushed up, either be running around checking for spies, or be like around so that you can like help pressure hill with your wrinkled minis. So let me map Badwater just to have some like visual aid on some of these ideas. So okay. Do ignore exec jump. There we go. That just opens all the doors and shit. Okay, cool. Why is my seal? Wait, it's not. It's TF use 0. There we go. Fancy. I also have the animations. It's okay. When you're like initially starting, when you're pushing the cart, you want to put your mini sentry round about like here, just so that a scout who's like standing here, like doing the double jump, jumping here, then jumping back, jumping here, jumping back, you know, like every like mid scout player or pub scout player, they're probably gonna be doing that. So you can just pressure them, or the spy, or someone like playing really aggressive on this hill here. You basically want to have that mini there at the start, push the cart, be checking around. There's probably going to be a spy up here. You can check for a spy up here. You can check for here. You can be checking just in case, because you want to also ask your team, because there's probably going to be stickies on that lamp there. There's a lot of spaces. Like, you can get up here as a spy if I can actually do it first time here. Probably not. Yep. I am a rusty gamer. But yeah, you can jump up here. I think, yeah, Delphi also had a video showing off all these spots that I helped him with. Yeah, you can get up here as spy by like cloak and dagger, and then like jumping on each of these individual bits and then getting up here. So it's always worth just like, even if you're like, it's fucking mid, there's no spy going to be using that spot. That's what they want you to think. Like, spy's all about getting in someone's head. So if you can, it's all just peace of mind. What are you losing? One shotgun shot that you're not going to be firing anyway? Like, just check around everywhere. Also check around here anyway, because this is like a good spot to put stickies, because look at this. There's like, you could put a fucking teleporter in here. And like, when that thing is gone, you won't fucking see anything. So you want to be pushing this cart. You want to, okay, let's exec jump, just so I have no clip to speed things up. You want to get the cart up to here, and once you do, you want to rotate around to here. Create some space, make some nice area denial around this area, so your sniper has some breathing room, so you can either shoot here and try and peek corner, or the sniper can actually stand up on this rock and just snipe like the medic who's like sitting in this dispenser for armor. And that's terrifying. If the sniper doesn't get pressured at all here, because you're doing such a good job just fragging anybody who enters his range, your sniper is just going to kill everybody, and if he doesn't, he's bad. So you want to get the cart. Once the cart is capped onto here, you can start. Oh, I forgot I had that bind. Okay, let me just go deal with that. Yeah, I was doing that for a experiment before, so let's forget it. Let's exec jump. So you wanna, like, when you cap the point. I like having them in here. And then you want to have fucking... God, these binds are confusing me. Dispenser here, and... Fuck's sake! It's because it's on the same button that I use to, like, reset my ammo. God. Wait, what? I swear that sentry said Timmy. So yeah, I'll just mark. Put, like, gun there. Telly and sort of, like, dispenser here as you're, like, slowly pushing up, just because the mini has, like, view of the lobby here and the choke. And then as you walk up and you start contesting this area and push it out, once this area is clear, you can put your tele exit in the corner here. You're going to put your like mini sentry here, and you'll put your dispenser around about here, because it means that your team can go and reset, get some ammo. This area is kind of safe because like if a sniper's peeking there at all, your mini should be pressuring when your team should be pressuring him. And it also just means that if anyone like on the flank is aggro here, they'll like spam and splash, and like this area here will be just at like the splash range, so it's safe. Also means like you can have your pyro and heavy restocking without them having to be fully like stuck around here. And once your like pyro gets like immobile around about this area where this ammo pack is, then it makes your sniper going for like shots over here really exposed to like a spy just going for a pick. So it allows you to play aggro here, check for spy decloaks here, here, here. This is where the Hildreth spot is. You can stand around about this area, get your lock and load, aim it just below this little like lip here, and then firing a pill will have it arc all the way over and then shoot and kill the window. And then if you have a jetpack, not jetpack, fucking whatever it's called, parachute, and like as soldier stand up here and then float and then shoot like 2 rockets there. So you can do that for a soft push. Just tell that to your flank if they don't know how to actually push a gun. Or you can have your spy like waiting around this corner here. Soldier can whip him. Soldier could just run like dart hit, base jumper, whip, and then you can go for both these strats. Have the spy cloak in, run onto here when they're like speed boosted, and they get up top here. I actually made a video like a while ago talking about how you can like get up here. And that means like not necessarily just don't immediately make a play, but play safe, get up here. You can stand up like on this shelf here and like decloak and go for a pick. Another thing is for your flank. If you've like rolled them on first point and they're fucking dead, and like then they commit to second point and then you wipe them again, your flank should just be playing super aggressive and just immediately getting up onto like third point so that the NG has no chance of setting up. So you want to be like up here. If you want to be even sneaky, you can like hide up in spots like how do you even get up here? There we go. You can wait up here as a soldier and just be like and yeah, plan evil deeds. And yeah, once you've like pushed through and capped, you can have tele exit here, you can have dispenser here, you can have mini sentry here, and then once you have the cart pushed up, your team's probably going to be pushing the map room. Map room's pretty dangerous. You want to either be playing around here and like protecting your sniper who's playing choke, or if your sniper wants to go and like get stuff like done in tires, you want to walk into tires. I kind of play a little bit like tight around here just in case the spy goes for a sap. Then again, a spy sapping the telly isn't the end of the world here just because it's such a short walking distance. It's mainly a thing when you're like pushing from first to like third, that is like a long walk, but this isn't as much of a long walk, so it's fine. Mainly you just want to be playing with your sniper who could be going around here into tires, in which you can put a mini sentry like here, have like watch because your sniper's going to be like sniping around here, so check for a spy here, check for a soldier hiding up there. I'm gonna fuck it up really bad. What's my button for heals? I can't remember. 8, there we go. We'll just keep fucking this up a few times. Fuck's sake. There we go. You go up here, you rocket jump up here, and it's totally fine. And then you'll wait for a sniper and you beat the fucking shit out of him. And yeah, so you push at the flank. You could like wrangle bullet jump over here and go for a sneaky like spiral staircase. Like you're probably not going to get much done if there's a gun there. But if a Uber happens and the gun's distracted, you can walk in and get maybe 2 shotgun shots on the medic or the NG and get some good value. That, or if there's 0 pressure in map room, because map room should be watched by the enemy soldier or the pyro. If there's no pressure going on there, you can walk in here, put down a mini, wrangled bullet jump up to fucking here, then go on to spawn and fucking kill the sniper who's around here. You can basically just go flanking. Once you have all your support buildings up, and you're not on a point where everyone is fucking dead and you should probably be sitting on a car, in which it's probably everyone's duty to do it, then you can kind of just go around and make space. And if you're pretty confident that your flank have like pushing tires and pushing the flanks under control, then you can go level 3 sentries, put your gun here while you're building so it has space, and then either like rocket jump and like you can, when you're playing pretty neutral where like the team still has defenses here, you could put a sentry up here just to make them like shoot at you. But yeah, sniper over here can kill it pretty easily. That's more of just like a slow push strat to make them like get distracted while your team is flanking around through tires. The other more usable strat is while your team pushes in, you waddle up carrying a sentry and you put it up here, and once the sentry is built up there, you just have to check for spies because that's going to be the main thing that fucks you up. But once you have a gun up there and the enemy team is in chaos with this Uber exchange going on, that sentry is going to fucking destroy everybody, and then you stack the cart, and then they spend a lot of resources trying to kill the gun, and while that's happening, you win. So that's a lot of information overload. So on defense, setup, you can kind of do whatever like setup you want, jag effect, or just use suicides. No rush, which is one of the better changes in TF2, has more creativity. Tell you that's pretty good. Dispensers here, you want to try and put your dispenser in this spot because of this overhanging lip here. It means that when the medic hides in here for dispenser armor, he has full coverage, he has full defense, so he can hide in here away from spam and not take any damage. I like to have my gun round about here. The idea being that you have your gun so that you can like deny like them coming in, and you can go deny for bombs. But also, if you're playing one of those games where you're scrimming against higher teams in which the sniper starts to like fucking decimate everybody, and like maybe your sniper can't keep up, the sniper is basically gonna like walk up here, shoot everybody. Anyone who tries to pressure him, he's gonna kill, especially if he has an NG protecting him. He's gonna walk up here and then start killing everybody. If you've got your gun over here in the lobby spot, which I like to call because it's bad and it like it's basically this gun will die. It will die. It's guaranteed. The sniper walking up there the sniper can be all the way back here, like safe, and he can see the gun. And like from here, there'll be a little bit peeking out, and you can like just keep shooting at it. And if you're like, oh no, there's a sniper shooting at my gun, guys, pressure the sniper. He's all the way back here. Your flank or your team has to overextend to pressure the sniper here. So that's at that point, it's a planning mistake. You should put your sentry a little bit tucked in. I like to put it personally here, just because if a sniper manages to walk all the way up here because he's like crushing so much, like he can get up to here, but he can't actually kill it. At that point, your gun there is just for anti-air, and at which point it's close enough that like if a soldier went for the bomb, which the bomb I'm talking about is like this to this, and then he bombs, except with more height because I'm not a soldier player, and there's a better way you can do that jump. But it's basically that, where he flies really close to this, at which point if you know he's coming, you can like pre-fire wrangle a rocket at there and just like launch him off, or just make him take a lot of damage. But you want to be checking it back a lot. And then once you potentially lose this, also another thing worth noting is that if your sniper is better than their sniper, and you potentially lose like a demo or a heavy or even a medic, but you have enough belief that you can still retain this hold because you have good players, you can back up and put your gun on hill on here, and like basically play back here, and then have like your sniper on bunker, and basically be playing off hill. And then if people come off the cliff, but I wouldn't recommend it. It's just something worth like experimenting in scrims if you know that your sniper is dumpstering the other sniper, and that you know that like even if they try to soft push out of sync Ubers where they don't have Ubers, like the Uber exchange just happened and then you lost resources, you can play back here and play for a little bit more time. But most of the time it's not worth it. You want to back up here, have your combo, play corner. Maybe you can build a gun corner if you want to like make them waste more time because you trust in your like fraggers, because like this is a kind of hold that you do if you trust your flank to like dumpster, because then your flank, your soldier and scout can get up here. Don't have your entire like team up here. You want your team playing back here, but the medic just to like get arrows on like the soldier and scout who are like waiting around here. Yeah, if you're like flank are doing really well, like you've got fucking Viljack on scout, and you've got fucking whoever else plays soldier, I don't pay attention, like on the roof, then you can just pressure everybody, and anyone trying to walk into a push just gets spammed out and dived. Yeah, in a mid-game, I can't really speak to my experience of like how different it is, but I'm just going to assume that it's basically the same, except you can't really rely on everybody hitting their shots all the time or knowing what they're doing. So it's better just to go safe than sorry, back up, have your team maybe occupy some space here. If your flank is absolutely terrible, or you're just at that point where you're like, wait, we have a flank? Like, just back out entirely, because then if you don't know that your flank exists, then the sniper can literally cap the point, walk up here, get onto roof, and then headshot your medic because no one's paying attention and watching roof. If you basically, if you haven't got calls, just assume that there aren't any and that there's no soldier. So just play it safe. As an NG, you want to be backing out. My setup for this, I think I actually had a video of it before, but I might as well just go over it again. What team am I on? I'm on blue team. NG, recur effect, except jump. Let's fly all the way. Come fly with me, come fly, oh fly away. Come here. Put your dispenser on the staircase. Grab the pack. Set up a window. Put your exit down here. Start building your gun. You want to play close. I like to crouch here by the window here. So let me go third person. There we go. Now when I'm building the gun. Let's see. Third person. Maya mode. Actually no. Fuck, I fucked it up now. Okay. So let me get a sightline from this window here. Get out of the way, gun. You're inconvenient. There we go. Now, third person Maya mode. There we go. Now, fuck. I'm actually confused where I am. Okay, there we go. Now, if I'm standing against this wall here, I can hit the gun, but you won't actually have sightline on me. And now I just screwed my vision. There we go. Cool. And that's with the gun, like, super far out here, in which you probably just want it here. So you get the gun, and then you can, like, spawn cycle, where you can just be like, oh shit, I'm out of ammo. Back to spawn, reset ammo, go back. Back in. And then when you're in a neutral position, assume that I'm a rescue ranger and I'm not using pumps on like a person with taste. Basically, like, when there's potentially a soldier or a demo gonna lock and load or direct at your gun, just have your wrangler and you can wait up here. And then if it starts taking spam, you can repair the rescue ranger. Basically, just make them take time. You don't want to be like wasting too much time here, because if you're standing near here, a sniper can walk into boiler and headshot you. If you're waiting like around close to here, sniper over there can headshot you. Like, you could be near the gun just waiting, and then a lock and load shot could come over and hit you with a bunch of splash, and suddenly you're on like 70, 60 HP. You take a bunch of extra damage. So basically you just want to like try and have self-preservation, and then you can like hide in this window. Also, the good thing is you can watch the ammo pack there, which means that if a spy is running through with Inviswatch, he's most likely going to grab that pack, because it's like the only pack available to him except the one that's down there, in which by the time he's grabbed that, he's going to be like out of cloak by the time he gets to like here, I think. I don't know, my spy timings have been fucked up ever since they increased spy's movement speed. Why? It's okay. So once you see that thing go away, you can be like, spy's on third. And you will know because that pack is gone. Or he just runs straight to your dispenser like a bot, and you can be like, okay, you're dead, mate. So that's for that. And then when you're holding last, you have a bunch of options. You can play super passive here, which is what you do if you've been losing a bunch of resources, and you basically bounce out onto third with like 3 of your teammates still alive, which you build here, and which you build with the expectation that the like heavy is just going to jump down, spun up, and kill you. So what you want to do is you build your gun, you build your dispenser in a corner, you build an entrance in this corner here, and then once you have time and you're not worried like about just shit going on immediately, you put your exit down here, so that when the heavy or the Uber exchange comes out, you wrangle the gun so it doesn't die immediately, and you just run in this corner and you teleport out and you can set up, and then you can immediately like reset. You can switch to minis if you want, or you can switch to jag, and it's sort of like fucking hell, that bind. Okay, let's just hide there. So you can put a mini, you can put a level 3 sentry. The fuck's sake, that bind. I need to get rid of that on my config. But yeah, you can put like a sentry down there. You can put a sentry up in Lenny with a dispenser there by staircase. Fuck, I'm scared now. Put dispenser here to block. Lenny, I wouldn't recommend going Lenny until you have like, you can trust your flank, in which you have like a good enough soldier going like conch box and watching map from. And because like as soon as they have a flank and they have like a soldier or a demo or a sniper or a heavy or any like class that has capability to kill your sentry, walk in there, they'll just kill your gun. Or a spy can just walk up here alone, in which you have a good chance of killing him anyway if you're running shotgun. Or some hospitality, but that's probably the only time you'd run some hospitality, is if you're in a situation where you can't trust your team to protect you and you're probably going to end up 1v1ing a spy. So either holding Lenny or playing CP Steel on E point with EU meta, where you are expected to hold against 4 people. The other place, I'm gonna have to fucking, let me just slowly destroy this with 0 damage Thompson. But the other spot you want to be building is like underneath map from there, which is probably the most reliable spot to go for. And this weapon does like no damage. It must be doing like 10 damage. It's only starting to like fire. Okay, I'm just gonna ignore it. Yeah, like you can put your sentry here. Around about here. And then you can put your like dispenser close here, or you can keep your dispenser close here for your combo. And then you can put your panic teleporter like in a corner here. Oh, that's interesting. It's as it's turning around, it's just coming into range. Got him. Nice. So, those are the sentries you can go for there. And in all cases, you should be checking your back very often as a spy checker. And yeah, that's all I can really think about right now. Let me just double check my notes. Yeah, I think that's everything I can really talk about. It's a losing game of footage. Losing games are often the best like footage to show, because then you can show what you're doing wrong, because you obviously have little idea what you're doing wrong, and that way it's a good way to show, because oftentimes when people send in demos, they'll send in demos where they roll, and because they want to show off, hey, I'm a really good gamer, can you show me how to do better? And I'm like, yeah, you can do better by playing against teams and not doing like lobbies or like scrimming like 2 divs below. Like, you're playing against a team, you're like, you lost the game, so you're being challenged. So those are ways that you can improve on it. But I think overall it's more like you didn't lose because you were a bad player. You lost because your team is still like a team that needs work and needs practice. And basically you just need to go into every game like, if you die, why did I die? What can I learn from that? And after the game, why did we lose? Is it something preventable? Do we actually know? If not, we can reach out and ask questions about things, but we're never going to get better unless we lose. Because, I mean, if you win all the time, why do you need to get better? So sending in footage or asking questions about when you lose is the best way to improve. Yeah. I think that's all the things I can really talk about. So if there's anything else that I missed, please be sure to message me. And if you also have any other like cool demos or not so cool demos that where you want to be a cool demo, NG, a cool NG. That's the class I'm playing. Yeah, he's got a wrench. Yeah. Yeah, if you want to be a cool NG, like, favorite, subscribe. Thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.